Hi guys, welcome to my channel, Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today, there is no insights, just what do we need to know? And a couple cards already flew out. Let's just see if they're actually part of it. Yeah, they say it is. So 3 fell. I could feel on this side something more so than this side. This side either is not part of it or it's a stuck or block or something like that. But on this side of the 3, so this is what it looked like when I grabbed it. So it's like 3. So I feel this one is very significant. This one as well. And then this one I'm confused about. So let's actually turn them over. So this one. Oh, interesting. And then I had one more deck I wanted to shuffle as well. I want which one's stabbing me. This one. Okay, so as I said, wow, my face gets so itchy. Every time I start a reading, it's just like, okay. So this one was like stabbing me, which is even interesting because before I hit, does that say crystals? Yes, it does, thank goodness. Before I hit play, I found one and a rock had fallen off my altar. And I was like, I feel like I need to hold that for this. And then when I was there, I grabbed another one as well. But it was just this one, which is, a lace agate. That's what it is. Lace agate and then just the quartz. And so I don't know why, I just wanted them near me. And so it's interesting that the crystal card came out because I don't bring in a lot of crystals into the reading for the information. But let's actually tap into it first and just see what the message from the crystal is. Because it was stabbing me. It was like poke, poke, poke. Like, hey, we got a message. And when I looked down, there was this massive rainbow. But let's see, can we hold it up to a light? So I'm not actually getting quite the message. What I see, okay, I did get a message, but it was almost like swimming through, it was like water or different dimensions and frequency. It was like when you talk, how we talk here, on the other side, it was like as if talking through water, like wah, 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 or something. And I saw lots of different shifts and different places. And so it kind of gave me a, you know what it is? Okay, so they're bringing me to a movie reference. So when I was little, they used to play the Care Bears all the time. And that was back in the 80s. And there was actually like Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass Care Bears movie. That one. I'm hearing their voices as like that kind of reference. And so in that, I believe they went through the mirror. And then in order for them to not be able to come back, they smashed the mirror into a bunch of pieces. And then they got stuck in Wonderland. And so when I looked in here, I actually saw the movie Inception. I forgot that too. When I looked, it was like one thing in another, in another, in another. And it was that watery talk, but none of them connected. And so it was interesting because I saw like six different scenes within this crystal. So I don't know what that has to do with anything. But I got chills so much on this side. So it has to do with it somehow. And so now it's bringing me back to that card and which one was the one that was like, I don't know, I just feel like something's igniting or active or something. So maybe that's what I said ignited. Like this side of my body, nothing. It's like on this side, mainly from the arm down. Nope, it's everywhere on the right side. It's like a butterfly feeling. You know when you hit your funny bone or something, it's a light feeling, lighter than normally when spirit comes in, it's like a quick jolt. And I'm always like, wah, or something. But this one is a constant thing. This is different. So let's see what the card is. It was in reverse and we had Alchemist. So working with the crystals, when I said ignite, alchemist, I'm getting piezoelectricity coming through. And that's, maybe there is all these different fragments. I feel like what's coming into this is all 6 of those were one cohesive thing, almost like, right, an inception, like one dream or reality or something. And then it's like the crystal dropped. And you know, like Men in Black, how when they go to the end of the movie and they look in the locker and there's like a whole universe in there. I almost get like that there was all these things and it was one or cohesive, and then it's almost like this crystal got dropped and then like it fractured inside or something like that. And so now there's a separation or a difference now. There's not that oneness. So let's read into this. So with the alchemist, it was in the shadow aspect. So let's read that first. So alchemists are all, right, they take things and they almost like make water out of wine. They take coal and make diamonds, right? They take lead and make gold. Whatever the process of that transformation is, that's what the alchemist is. And so it's saying the shadow attribute is misuse of power and knowledge that came through spiritual practice. And now that I just read that, I'm really getting a, ooh, okay. So I kind of give myself like a little heads up onto what the reading is. Like if I'm shuffling, this is a whole different deck. I'll just like shuffle and I'll like check one card for me. Like what's my energy in all this? Am I like, is this protection? Is this whatever? At least just something. But I use it so lightly that it doesn't mean anything. This is just a quick for me, like, how are you feeling? How's your check-in? And so when I did that, I wonder if it will come out again. But I did, no, it's not. I just thought I would try. I shuffled the archetypes and mentor came out in reverse and then something else. And so it was mentor, and see, that's what I mean. I take it so lightly that, because it's not a real piece of this reading, but there was a mentor in reverse before I read this. And so now as I do the shadow aspect, it's coming through again. Misuse of power and knowledge that comes through spiritual practices. And so what's interesting, you know, I said that there was the 2 that I could feel that was happening. And then there was the one that was like a block or something like that. So the second one, that this is the one that I felt mainly. And then this one was with it as well. It's the blank card. It's the one where you can take something that isn't in this. And like how many different archetypes are in here? I want to say 80. There's 80 different archetypes. But still, even in that positive and shadow aspect of everything, there's still some energies that get missed or, you know, fall through the cracks. So this is talking about somebody who misuses power. But here you are, a blank slate. This, I'm almost like getting like, you know, in every story they're telling me. I was like, wait a minute, maybe can you relate to this? Yes, absolutely. Every single person can relate to this card, because what they're bringing to me is like raw power, and that power of like the spark of creation. It's almost that like a black hole just in on itself, and all of a sudden, boom, this life happens. Like that spark. That's what this card, they're telling me, is representing. So with the positive of it, well, it's creation, it's expansive, it keeps going and going and going. Well, with the negative of it, shadow, well, I'm picturing like burning hot light, and that this light is also a little bit destructive in its path. And as it unfolds, other things get sucked up in it, and it can destroy as well as create. So in the positive, we'll say creation. In the negative, we'll say destruction. But shadow is just a flip side, a new lens that you can add for a new experience, right? We always have rose-colored glasses. Well, this is just a different shade or lens, they're saying. So those were the two that came that I felt so much. And then the blocked one was mother. And if I hadn't pulled that card before and the ones before and forgotten about it, I would have went down the role of the traditional mother or something like that. But what I'm getting in this message is that this mother was more of like a mentor. It was someone who, oh, we got one more card down here. Singing and dancing. It says, express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. And that's what I kind of get, is that someone had the knowledge and maybe they had like workshops and things like that. And it was like a spiritual retreat for you to empower yourself. And a lot of the times, the thing, especially this one in the reverse, awaken your psychic powers. It's almost like they give you enough to, right? Like, obviously, they're getting paid and compensated for their time for doing the research and all the resources and materials that went into that. But what I'm seeing in this is like people paying them and not getting the full story. Whereas this blank slate, it's almost like you were so powerful, raw potential. That's what I see, is like you were this beaming light. And if you had the full story, if you had all the information, you might have surpassed them. You might have just gone whatever direction you wanted. And it didn't help whoever for you to go off because, well, they just didn't want you to pass them. They wanted to be the source of nurturing or the smart, wise one, is what I'm getting. So let's actually read the attributes of the mother card and see how this is going to play in more. And then we'll go back to the crystal, because I feel like this is the main thing. The main message is in the crystal. Ooh, yeah, I feel it. Maybe I'll hold it as I do this. So in the positive, it's nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy, and bringing birth to life. So here we have that creation. That's in the upright. And then the shadow aspect of it is smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. Ooh, snap. That's kind of what I'm getting, is that you become ready to even go one level more, right? You've learned everything that they could teach you, but now it's time to go up here and learn what this frequency has to share. And so it's like not sharing enough of the information that keeps you dependent there. You shouldn't, right? And I think what is coming through is that you are this natural powerhouse, and you've known this your whole life, because when you were born, you just know. You have this feeling that you know when you put your mind to something, it always happens. You feel like you have the guidance from your guides, or you always have that nudge or wiggle, intuition, butterflies, whatever it is for you. We all have something different. Some of us have prophetic dreams. Some of us are just empaths and we feel. Some of us just know. Mother's intuition. But with all that, what I'm getting, it's almost like giving you, and that's how a lot of things start out. It does start off with great advice. It's things that blows your mind. Like, I've never seen it spun this way before. It makes sense. It feels like it's community and brings you all in. But then in the other sense, it's also a business. And how can they get you to spend your money? And the quicker you heal, well, you're now not a repetitive customer or client or whatever we call it. So let me look 1 second here. When I went into the crystal of this card, I went into the crystal of this when I saw those 6 different sections, and they were all so close, and it's like they're talking to each other, but there's this film of something that's just like confusion. It's like a layer of confusion. It's like a film that stops it, and everyone can almost hear it. It's like it strains out. You know when you're like on the wrong frequency of the radio station and it just kind of stops and it's fuzzy. And what I get is like, if these 6 people or whatever these 6 things are, I don't feel like it's, I don't know what the 6 things are, to be honest. I don't know if it's like an elemental for being energy, if it's a different type of actual energy itself, or it's in the crystal. I don't know yet. But anyways, if these 6 kind of like connect and take away that film, it's like, it's almost like empowered. It's so clear, and I feel like whatever they come together to build is needed for the world. It's like it will help awaken so many people, is what I kind of get. Whatever these 6 things, and it's like 6 people in 6 different areas that have expertise. So it's not like 6 of the same people. It's like 6 people that you don't think would come together. 6 energies, 6 people, 6 energies, whatever it is. And then, so rather than those ones connecting, it went to her with her hand up. And it was like, no, I want you to be dependent on me. Like it's almost like the pyramid. They want to be at the top, or the high priest or the high priestess, or but what they keep showing is the 6. What is 6? Like a hexagram? Whatever the shape is. I feel like that there's some information in what the shape is for the 6, something to do with the number. I feel okay. I almost feel like these 6 energies have, again, such drastic different backgrounds and things like that, but they've all been on like this soul mission. And the soul mission that they all have is so interconnected that when they come together, it's you're gonna have to come through the heart, they say, because you're going to judge the others for their background or something like that, because it's just so foreign to you and your understanding. But once you actually look through it with your heart in the situation, that's almost what dissolves the film. And everyone starts talking and realizing that there is a common thing outside of them that like lied or tricked or, you know, tried to postpone things from going on longer. It's just the monkey wrench. I don't know if they were just like wasting resources or lying or not being communicative or giving just enough information. Let's say it's a culture thing. This culture does this and this is why. And then so this one looks at it and is like, woo, like they sacrifice or something, but they don't, or something. It's like misconstrued. So I see 6 of these people coming, and then that mentor or that motherly card, it went away. It's time to release it. There it is. Giving birth to life. And so that's what I think is like when these 6 main things come together, I'm seeing it strengthen. I'm seeing so much color. I really do see this as either races or countries coming together, or beliefs or something. 6 of them. So now let me go back into this. And also, as this mother one in reverse, that thing that tried to stop them, that was caring for them, right? It's for your best interest. You know, I just want you to know how the world works. It was instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. So if you think about that, that could even be like a system or something. It could be a motherly parent figure, could be a mentor, could be a system, could be a something. But whatever it is it's keeping people separate. And everyone needs to come together, because these 6 people that come together, it's so interesting. Like the guides are saying, they're like, they're so different, they think they have nothing in common in life. And then like they kind of like show me, like I'm seeing someone from India. I keep going to India every time. I keep seeing a culture or something, I do see India. But it's like from that to like the other ones, and it will switch, and it keeps showing me all these different places that people live. And how similar your stories are going to line up, even though you don't have the same things and you don't have the same country and land and things like that. You're going to have such similar experiences. They show me 6 stories lining up, and it's almost like a music note, like you know how it on certain notes will appear, the sound will happen. It's like 6 of them coming together, and that song creating, those notes creating the most beautiful song. And I almost feel like this song comes out and frees everyone who hears it. It's just something that was like, I'm seeing people be in despair or chains or something like that, and then they hear the sweetest music. It's almost like angelic or something, but it's crystals. This is earthly. I'm seeing either souls sharing a purpose or mission, or else it's energies sharing a purpose or mission. But there's 6 of them. And yeah, I feel like that's the structure of the story. There's more for this to go out into this. I'm pretty sure that this reading's going to evolve into like 4 or 5 more. But remember, you are super powerful. You're this blank slate. Use your power for creation or destruction. But you know this. Since you were little, you knew whatever you put your mind to, and you know how you felt then. It's that energy we need to bring back, because I do feel like that there was this mother carrying energy that was wanting you to stay just a little bit low, right? Like they have all the knowledge. You don't quite know what you know yet, but you feel what you know, and you don't know what you know yet, but you feel it because you are it. And we need you to step into that, because as this one said, it's a misuse of power and knowledge that came through spiritual practices. So that's what the motherly, the parent, the system or company, whatever it is that's trying to hide that information. We live in a day and age where information is expressed freely now, and we can find the resources that we need. You don't have to be accepted into the most secretive societies and things like that in order to learn something, right? Back in the day, they didn't want you to know how to read. They didn't want you to have information on how to help yourself. And so it's time to release that. I do feel like there's something to do with the crystal bowls, because we didn't even talk about singing and dancing much, but that's almost what the crystal is showing now is, oh yeah, we did the singing and the dancing. They said was those notes, and then when the notes all line up together, it creates the most beautiful song. And this was in reverse, because there is that film or that layer that's overcoming just the pure potential power. And so we're going to take that, transform it from the misuse of power, and we're going to use transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom, right? It's seeing what you have. Where's that? It's seeing what you have to offer, seeing what everyone else has to offer, because I'm seeing it being so spicy. Again, India, spices, but what I see is like everyone is so different. And so in whatever this one is that comes together, it's really cool. Whatever this song or music or frequency that comes out. And I do see them all kind of connected right now. And it's like telepathically they're picking up on people and their energy, and they'll get like more, more, but it's not quite clear. And so it will be clear soon, once whatever this keeping you independent, not whatever, this veil of illusion is coming to be burnt up. It is, because that's your pure power. So you can destroy, right? Creation or destroy. You can use destruction in this to remove that film as a positive aspect. It's how you view things. So let's release and see what cool song wants to come through. King Kong kind of came out and all that. So we'll leave it there. Have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.